Thank you very much for joining us for Liverpool Laser. This is our second laser in our Liverpool Laser series. And Liverpool Laser is one of 27 laser talks around the world. And it's part of the Leonardo Art and Science Journal's public engagement strategy to allow people to talk about art and science connections and perspectives in kind of informal gatherings and settings. So Liverpool Laser is very happily supporting the perception machine. So hopefully you all walked into this first floor gallery and you were able to have a small amount of time in the perception machine. Yes? Good. It is on until Sunday, so please come back and spend more time, if possible, within the perception machine. And we're hoping that this challenges your perspectives of art and science collaboration. And that is the theme of our talks. So just to show you, there are lots of people around the world all talking about art and science talks, and we are one of them, and you can see us listed just here. And it's hosted by myself and Caroline Wilkinson, the Director of Liverpool School of Art and Design, at the back of the room, and is supported by the MA Art and Science programme, who have also co-curated and co-led the perception machine outside. And please interact with us as much as possible. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. We'll be live tweeting as much as possible throughout this session. So if you want to kind of ask questions, use some hashtags, please be involved as much as possible. If not, we're asking you please save your questions for the end. We'll have our speakers speak, and then we'll have like an informal discussion towards the end. Hopefully we have some interconnected answers and questions from any things that have been proposed by our speakers. So just to kind of rephrase what the perception machine outside actually is, the perception machine was an invitation really for us to challenge the public and some leading scientists' perceptions of art and science. And luckily, two of the speakers today have contributed to the perception machine. Very excited to hear their perspectives on art and science collaboration. And our students have led this project. So they've been very kindly working on top of their studies to identify artworks in Tate's Constellations galleries and selecting artworks for our scientists to interpret in new ways and through new focalizing lenses. And what we want to do, as you're in the audience, is to consider some questions, and these are some of the questions that we asked and proposed to our scientific interpreters in the perception machine. These being, what is the role of art in science and science in art? Do scientists and artists understand experimentation and creativity in the same way? What is the difference between scientific and artistic authorship? And both art and science contribute to our understanding of ourselves within the known universe, but does art also contribute to scientific knowledge? And what does this look like? Our four speakers, just to introduce them very briefly, but in more expansively as we move on. We have people from a visual arts background, but also from varying backgrounds in science, and everyone really is interconnected along the way between both disciplines. Catherine Smith is a visual and forensic artist and is going up first, followed by Dr. Lee Haynes from the Liverpool School of Tropical Medicine, Professor Andy Newsom from the Astrophysics Research Institute, and Mike Stubbs, the Director of FACT, will close our session. Our speakers will speak for 15 to 20 minutes, and at the end we'll have around 20 minutes of discussion points, where we can have informally, you can have coffee, biscuits, and hopefully be preloaded full of lots of things you want to talk about with us. So, without further ado, I'm going to introduce my colleague, Catherine Smith, who also teaches on the Art and Science programme.